Hi vinyl community, it's Bill here again to do another video, and today I'm going to be answering the Blues Vinyl Tag 2022. So courtesy of Chris, BluesGuy Vinyl, a really great channel. You should check it out. You probably have if you're doing the Blues Vinyl Tag 2022. So let's get on with it. So yeah, first question is, what a year, a blues album you bought last year? So I'm going with Lightning Hopkins, and yeah, this is fantastic blues. This is Lightning on guitar with Earl Palmer on drums and Jimmy Bond on bass. Really nice Boulevard record label. I think I've got something Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee on Boulevard as well, if I'm not mistaken. Nice long liner notes, so you get value for money there. Now, I must confess up front, there's a bit of stretching the definitions, etc. But the second question was lockdowns, a record store day blues album you bought, 2021. Now, this is a record store day purchase, but it's record store day in 2019. And this one's still in the shrink wrap because I've no way of playing a 78. And this is Three Women Blues by Blind Willie McTell and Statesboro Blues. Yeah, famously covered by Stevie Ray Vaughan. And this is also written by Blind Willie McTell. And this is Blind Willie McTell singing with guitar. I think that's the credit for Three Women Blues, which I think was covered by Jack White or the White Stripes. So really nice thing to have this, but still in the packaging. Great. Then Wash Your Hands, a blues album with hands on the cover. So this is a really nice compilation, courtesy or linked to the Q magazine. And you can see we've got one hand up here with the metal tube slide and plenty of nice rings on the hands. And then you've got another hand. So that's two hands. I think we've covered hands. And a really nice, is that a resonator guitar? This is the sort of thing that George from Scott's Spinner one, the guy from Dunbar, and he's a big blues fan, and he says he'll buy any album that has this sort of guitar on the cover. Then we were allowed to show from any genre album with masks on the cover. So we're going for Rainbow and the classic Difficult to Cure album. So that's the one with I Surrender and yeah, Difficult to Cure, and Beethoven's Ninth is on this as well. So yeah, they're all suitably masked up and putting on the rubber gloves as well. So no germs here. Then Social Distance, an album that you purchased online. So this is one of my favorite purchases from last year, and it's the Black Keys and Delta Cream. And yeah, really, really strong, sort of back to their blues roots. And yeah, really nice album this. So I was delighted to get that, courtesy of a very famous online store. Now, you know that the White Stripes and Jack White can be deemed blues, but I'm not sure if the raconteurs, which feature Jack White, counts, but it is on white or clear vinyl. So it's on Third Man Records, and there we have the white vinyl, and on the hype sticker for this, it says it's a hand screen printed LP jacket. So very nice. Maybe a bit too shiny with the shrink wrap still on it, but a really good album this. So that was for Winter Storms. We wanted white vinyl. Then Power Outages, an acoustic blues album. So you have to go back to the master. And this is the Robert Johnson, King of the Delta Blues Singers. And really nice artwork on this. And yeah, I think I bought this in the mid-70s. I think they were released in sometime in the 60s. And indeed, in the Bob Dylan Chronicles, Volume 1, still waiting for Volume 2, he mentions his delight in purchasing, or maybe he was given this by CBS, but yeah, really nice album with Kind-Hearted Woman, Sweet Home Chicago, Little Queen of Spades, and Love in Vain, the blues classic, written of course by Robert Johnson, plus a few others on this as well. So then we move on to question 8. And we wanted, or Chris wanted us to show a blues double. So I'm going with Muddy Waters, Chess Masters double album. Again, I've had this one quite a while. And yeah, some great Muddy Waters songs on here. Rolling Stone, I'm Ready, Manish Boy, and Hoochie Coochie, and Rolling and Tumbling. And I Can't Be Satisfied, but I'd be very satisfied if someone gave me this album. It's full of classics. And then we had Big Box Stores, a blues box set. I'm not sure if an album like this counts as a box set, but there's certainly plenty of vinyl in it. And it was something that was done in collaboration with the Rolling Stones. And yeah, it's the links to Willie Dixon's Blues Heaven Foundation. So there's some of the money is raised by buying these. So there's a nice booklet inside it, lovely photographs, etc., as well as nice essays. But yeah, we've got Muddy Waters on here, Elmore James, Slim Harpo, Otis Rush, Amos Milburn, the Reverend Robert Wilkins doing The Prodigal Son, which is of course covered by the Rolling Stones. And we've got Lightning Slim on here and Bo Diddley as well. You can't judge a book by the cover. So yeah, is that 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 5 10-inch records, 2 sides, so 10 sides of classic blues. So I hope that counts as a box set. And then we want to show Toilet Paper, a blues album with a toilet or toilet paper on the cover. So I'm going into the cassette, and yeah, the alternative cover to the white RSVP Beggars Banquet, and this is the Rolling Stones at their best. Sympathy for the Devil's on here, Jigsaw Puzzle, Stray Cat Blues. So blues, yep. There we have it. Show's over. Show concert ticket stub. You'll see that there's quite a bit of Rolling Stones references going on here. So I've got a ticket stub from the 40 Licks World Tour 2003. And this is the ticket for me to see this concert in Glasgow. And you can see the ticket price was 150 quid. Now, there's a story to that, because my wife's a huge Rolling Stones fan. So one of my friends had bought 2 tickets intended for me and him. But I said, oh, my wife would really like to go, and I'll try and get an extra ticket. So in the lead up, or the week before the concert, I was trying to buy another ticket. And I did get in contact with somebody, and they said they had a ticket for £150. And I said, no, I was looking for the one that's £75. And the seller said, no, this is a ticket that the face value is £75, but I'm selling it for 150. So I declined the offer, but since we had to drive down to Glasgow, I did that. And we had a meal with my friend and my wife and some others before the concert. And my wife said, you should go to the box office and see if there's anybody not turned up or any spare tickets. So I did that, and would you know it, I got a ticket that is priced £150, and I got it for 75. So I scored for an Aberdonian, a Scotsman and an Aberdonian. That's one of the best value concerts I've ever been to, and with really good, well, I had a very good seat, better than my wife and my friend had. But yeah, that's the Rolling Stones and the 40 Licks World Tour. Also wanted to show the blues band. So that's Paul Jones, Huey McGuinness, and so McInnes and Flint, and yeah, I've forgotten other guys' names, but yeah, the blues band play really good blues, and they were from the, I think, mid to late 70s, and they're still going strong. So, and then also at the Music Hall, October 2008, had the delight had the pleasure to see Seasick Steve and his drummer in a concert, and it was like nothing I've ever seen before, and probably haven't seen anything much like it since. The drummer was like Animal from the Muppets, and I think at the end of the first number he fell off his drum stool, but didn't injure himself, managed to go on with the show, so that's great. So the next one was Takeout Only, a blues album with food or beverages on the cover. So I'm stretching things a bit far here. So this one is Larkin Poe. Yeah, power blues as well. What a duo, really good stuff on this. But peach, is peach a food? It's not an illustration of a peach, but it is the word peach, which is food. I can just see Richard McCook saying, oh, come on, Bill, you're pushing it a bit here. But yeah, it's not one of his contests, so maybe I'll get away with showing peach. And then, yeah, pushing the boundaries a bit here as well. So I sort of failed on binge watch a blues DVD, but yeah, close relative to blues. Jazz. So this is a film by Ken Burns, special edition 4 DVD box set. We're not using this one for the booklet, but yeah, there's a really nice booklet here. Nice write-ups about all the different artists that are featured on the 4 DVD set. I think I got this as this is about 25 years old, this, because I think I got it for my 40th birthday from one or both of my nephews. So jazz and special edition 4 DVD set. I gained weight, show a piece of blues related apparel. I should have been wearing this, but it's a bit creased. But I've got 60s guitar riffs, 1963's most memorable riffs. So it's got a blue guitar on there, so that's about the closest you're going to get. And this next one, I'll have to go with a because I don't have mainstream media, an album purchased in, or a blues album purchased in HMV or a supermarket. So it's a didn't manage to answer that one. Multiple variants show 2 or 3 blues 45s. So here we go. We've got John Lee Hooker, Moaning and Stomping Blues, written by Texas Slim, it says. And then Don't Go Baby. It's a bit like Baby Don't You Go, I think that the Who covered. So that's 1 blues 45. I think that one actually belongs to my wife, as does this next one, I think, which is Sweet Little Angel by Buddy Guy. And Mary Had a Little Lamb is the B-side of that. And then, yeah, we've got a lot of references, or a lot of Stones related things. So I'd shown the album, the box set, Confessing the Blues, but this is a Rolling Stones 45 extended play, which has Confessing the Blues on it, written by Brown and McShann, and Around and Around by Chuck Berry. And then we've got If You Need Me, the Domino Bartholomew, and then Empty Heart, Nanker Fledge, and 2120 South Michigan Avenue, which is the address of the Chess Studios. And it's written by Nanker Fledge, which is a sort of non-de-plume or a alias for Jagger and Richards. Right, Shortages, an album that fell short of your expectations. Now, I wouldn't like to disrespect any blues artists or any artists who've worked hard to get their music on vinyl, but I must admit, Junior Kimbrough, most things haven't worked out. It sounds as though he feels that he's, things haven't lived up to what they should be. But yeah, I was quite excited to get this one. And I don't know what, I heard good things about Junior Kimbrough. And I think my expectations were up there and the reality was probably something down here. I wouldn't get rid of this album, but yeah, it's, as I say, I don't know what I was expecting, but I think I was expecting a little bit more than this very pared down blues. Yeah, so I'll need to give this another listen. So apologies to Junior Kimbrough. Now, next one was also but I'm going to show So I didn't have Vac's blues import album bought in 2021. But question 19 was Passport, a blues album with a booklet. So I've got two things that are related to that, but again, not quite as the question was put. So instead of a record with a booklet, I'm going first with a book with a CD. So this is R. Crumb's Blues, Jazz and Country, Heroes of Blues, Jazz and Country. So it's got some great illustrations of Big Bill Broonzy. I think there's a BBC series, and the guy was interviewing B.B. King. I'm trying to remember the presenter's name. And this program would open with these, I think they were picture cards. Don't know if they came with cigarettes or whatever. There's Sam Collins, Skip James, and blind Gary Davis. So a really nice book, Leroy Carr with Scrapper Blackwell. So there's an illustration and a very short story, I think, that would be on the back of the individual cards. And there's Blind Lemon Jefferson. So it was good to find in the back sleeve, inside the back cover. Well, you can see there's the list of the credits of what's on the CD. And the CD itself. So what have we got on here? We've got, well, there's 7 tracks of blues, 7 tracks of country music, and 7 tracks of early jazz greats. But the heroes of the blues, we have Memphis Jug Band doing On the Road Again, Blind Willie McTell, Dark Night Blues, Cannon Jug Stompers, Minglewood Blues, Skip James, Hard Time Killing Floor Blues, and then we've got Charlie Payton, High Water Everywhere, and a couple of other tracks as well. So that's the first of, instead of an album with a booklet, that was a book with an album. And then this next one is a double album of the story of the blues. And it says a documentary history of blues on record compiled by Paul Oliver. Nice gatefold with liner notes. And we've got everything from Blind Lemon Jefferson, Lead Belly, through to, Bessie Smith, Robert Johnson, Bo Carter, Memphis Minnie, Joe Williams, Otis Spann, Elmore James, and Johnny Shines are all on this. And there was a book written by Paul Oliver to go with that double album. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, the book or the double album. But yeah, really nice illustrations and excerpts. Buildings in Chicago. Juke Joint. Snook's Whiskey and Wine. Cut Rate. Let's Go Brandon, a favorite blues album purchased last year, and this is one of the best ever blues albums. I think top 5 of all-time blues classics. Got Hans on the cover of this as well, but fantastic. John Lee Hooker doing collaborations with Carlos Santana for The Healer, I'm in the Mood with Bonnie Raitt on vocals and slide guitar, as well as John Lee Hooker on vocals and guitar. George Thorogood is on this, and who else? Charlie Musselwhite does harmonica on Cutting Out. So highly recommended album, this John Lee Hooker's The Healer. So I think I did not too bad on the 345s. I failed miserably in a few other questions. And yeah, I should have ironed that t-shirt and worn it, but there you go. So I enjoyed showing that. I enjoyed telling the story about getting my £150 Rolling Stones ticket for £75. So it always goes to show, listen to your wife. She said to me, go to the box office and see if there's any return tickets or whatever. So yeah, always listen to your wife, and always go and check the box office in case somebody's returned tickets. And I think that I was probably very lucky that time, but there we have it. So until the next time, take care. Bye just now.